No time now. I want to move on to some climate change news. There's a lot of tweets today from DG Defis Stronger Together. So this is image of the day after multiple heat waves and drought. Morocco is struggling to meet its water needs. The Abdel Moumen Dam at the end of October 2020 was only at 1.2% of its total capacity. So, yeah, Morocco feeling the effects of climate change. That is in 1 year. That's a change in 1 year. Frightening. And apparently they've had 5 drought seasons. Let's move on to this from Climate Watcher. Time's up. Arctic capsule from 2018 washes up in Ireland as polar ice. I think Donald McCarthy told me about this. As polar ice melts. So a cylinder left in the ice by 50 Years of Victory ship traveled 2,300 miles to County Donegal. And let's look at this from The Guardian from today. Arctic time capsule from 2018 washes up in Ireland as polar ice melts. When the crew and passenger of the nuclear-powered icebreaker ship 50 Years of Victory reached the North Pole in 2018, they placed a time capsule in the ice floe. 2018. The metal cylinder contained letters, poems, photographs, badges, beer mats, and a menu, wine corks, ephemera from the early 21st century for whomever might discover it in the future. The future came pretty swiftly. The cylinder was found this week on the northwestern tip of Ireland after floating an estimated 2,300 miles from the Arctic Circle, where global heating is melting a record amount of ice. So they put this here thinking, well, decades in the future, someone will find this. And those decades turned into 2 years. So that is a really wonderful analogy for how quickly climate change is progressing, right? Something that you thought would be found decades in the future. When I saw it first, I thought it was a steel pipe of a ship. Then I lifted it and saw there was engraving on it. I thought it was a bomb then. Connor McClory told the Donegal Daily, when I saw the date on it, I thought it could be someone's ashes, so I didn't open it. A Russian friend of a friend translated the engraving and told McClory it was a time capsule, so he opened it and discovered messages in Russian and English from the 50 Years of Victory's polar expedition. One letter in English, dated August 4th, 2018, said, "Everything around is covered by ice. We think that by the time this letter will be found, there is no more ice in the Arctic, unfortunately." Wow. McClory tracked down one of the letter's authors, a Russian Instagram blogger in St. Petersburg known as Sveta. In a Zoom call, Sveta said the crew and passengers had thought the cylinder might be discovered in 30 or 50 years and expressed shock it was found so quickly. Yeah. Yeah, remember when they built the seed vaults to protect the future of agriculture on the planet? And they thought that was going to be an impenetrable fortress for years to come, and then it was flooded. Oopsie. Yeah. Here's a good tweet from Peter Kalmus. The thing y'all really need to understand about global heating is that however hot we let it get, it's basically not coming back down. Not in 100 years, maybe not in 1,000. And ecological breakdown, timescale for recovery is 10 million years. Wake up, humans. Indeed. Let's move on to some news about Tropical Storm Eta, who was formerly Hurricane Eta, who and will be futurely known as Eta, or futurely known as Hurricane Eta. That was what I was trying to say. See if we can get this. I'm going to go back to the beginning. Go back to the beginning, please.
Forecasters are warning millions in South Florida to keep an eye on Eta. What was once a major hurricane is now pulling away from Central America, where it killed at least 3 people. Eta is now expected to gain strength before hitting Cuba and South Florida as a tropical storm. That's possibly on Sunday.
And moving on to more news about Eta. Hundreds of families in Honduras were evacuated from their homes and flooded streets due to Storm Eta. Eta has weakened to a tropical depression but continues to produce daily floods in Central America, with some areas seeing up to 40 inches of rain. So people being evacuated in Honduras. More about Hurricane Eta. Hi, everyone. This is from Alessandra. Since not all the news are covering this, Honduras has just been hit by Hurricane Eta since Monday, and many people have lost their homes. The president, Juan Orlando Hernandez, has not pronounced a word. So please RT or spread to let everyone know about what's happening. And these are some pictures out of Honduras. Very high water. More about Eta. Flooding issues continue to worsen in parts of Honduras as remnants of Hurricane Eta slowly move through the country. This is from Llama in the north of the country. We're going to look at this. And lastly, regarding Eta, pretty good tweet from Bill McKibben. Historians may wonder why Miami voters were more concerned about communism than the climate crisis. Indeed. Indeed. Moving on to this tweet from Rupert Reed. We have failed to follow the science, and we have failed to apply the precautionary principle. Our failure to deal with COVID indicates that we will fail to deal with the climate crisis. We should prepare ourselves for some level of ecological collapse. Hey, there are many ways that you can support this channel: PayPal, Venmo, Square, Bitcoin, Ethereum. All the links are in the description box below. You can also support me on Patreon for as little as $1. I post all the live streams there, so you can watch the full live streams at Patreon